I'm gonna put this back together real quick. Yeah, smooth as silk. Alright, we're going to talk about this Kwikset lever clone. Now, I have yet to research this. I've seen this emblem, and I want to say it's like home lock or something along that line, but I am, hopefully before I come up with the title for this video, we're going to figure out what brand that is. I know I've seen it on houses. It's typically a builder quality lock. Don't even know if they're existing. If they're not existing, if you try to go to replace this with a Kwikset or anything else, this is not the same. This big curly Q and how the design of it is strictly their mechanism. So if you have a whole house full of these and one breaks, you, again, I don't know the history or if these are even sold through crappy building supply places. Did I just say that out loud? Yes, I did. But it is a Kwikset clone lever handle. Turn the knob, it's unlocked. Turn this knob, locked. Now, this one obviously is broken in several ways. We are, what, locked right there? No, that's unlocked. Locked. Alright, key out. Key we just made in the last video. Oh, let's get my hand out of the way. Okay, first we'll look at the latch and see that it has been heavily grabbing. And also, if you push it in, you can feel like kind of a clicky right there. But if you unlock it and turn the handle, I'm going to hold it steady as much as possible. Turn the handle. You feel a very, hold on, that bad grab was from the screws back here. Turn it. Oh, boom. That is as far as it's going to go in. So obviously if you have a tight door, it's supposed to retract all the way, but it is definitely messed up there. So we're investigating that. And then let's say we're locked on the inside. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, all sorts of problems with this bad boy. So, okay, now we're locked. We turn the key typically one way to, when it's locked, the other way to unlock. Wait, that way. Wait a minute. The key turns all the way around. Maybe if I keep turning it. No. So what we have here, sometimes it's totally not locked, sometimes it is. Sometimes you can turn the key a lot and it'll get it. But anyway, long story short, we have latch failure, we have a failure inside the lock. So let's go ahead and take it off the door. Now, two ways to do this. Let me zoom out just a bit. When it's on the door, you do have exposed screws on this brand. However, if you notice, you can't get to that. So since it's going to be mounted on the door, typically what I will do is I'll turn the outside lever. And then again, this is going to be kind of hard. I could have mounted this on a display to show it. But I just turn the inside or outside lever and kind of hold it in position to be able to access this one screw right here to get it out. It gives you just enough room if you're able to do that. Turn it all the way, and there we go. Just hold it down with one hand and back the screw out with the other. Same thing on this side. However, it is not as big a deal to do it on the other side because it doesn't have this. I'm kind of being rough with this because this is about to hit the scrap metal bin. However, on this particular brand, you can do something easier if you don't want to fight with that. If you look at the inside, there is a retainer, and if you push that retainer, okay, push that retainer harder. Come on, retainer. Oh, wait, it may have to be in a certain position. Yeah, okay, let's see. That was locked. Okay, yeah, it has to be in one of the two positions to be able to press it to get it out. Ah, there it goes. So you press on that retainer, pull it off, set it aside in camera still, and we have full access to the screws without any interference. So that is much easier to do it this way, so you don't have to worry about scratching the lever or holding it down or fighting the spring tension on it. Makes it easy to do. This one may be reversible. We will have to see as I'm putting it back together. So right now it's set up for a left-handed door because it swoops this way. Hinges would be over here on the left. So that's upside down. That is how it's supposed to be on your door. So we're going to take that off, take that off. Very rarely is it this part, even though it's plastic in there sometimes. Almost always it's the latch, and if we look really close at the latch, number one, I'm not even able to press it right here. What's going on there? We've got a huge latch failure. And typically, like I've mentioned in actual Kwikset videos, this hoop, this moon, half moon shape, whatever you want to call it, always sits at one point along this shaft. It's in this area, and if we get a good look at that, we can see how it's wearing out. Of course, with me not having a brand new one, actually I do have a brand new one right here, and I can, what did I do with it? What did I do with it? There we go. So this is a Wiser, but it's the same design. We can see the difference in a new one, which is still problematic because it's a very sharp blade. It's not very wide. So of course that metal is always going to cut into other metal. But if we look at this one, it is bent. I don't know if that's by design or if it's just bent. Oh, hey, camera, where are you going? So, latch, number one, can be replaced. We could put this on here, because again, it's the same thing. And once we unlock it, we have full latch retraction. So as long as this metal is not worn out, you are pretty much good to go just replacing the latch. However, that does not leave us without the problem of the key spinning around and around like that, which is not supposed to happen. So if you look at the outside, get my latch back. If you look at the outside, there's also a retainer, as we see there. And if you go to push it in, let's see, finger stabbing time, right? You can actually remove it from the door without having to pull the shaft. And that is in the unlocked position. So if it was in the locked position, the little shaft in there should block this to keep you from just yanking it off when the door is unlocked, which it seems to do. So we'll go back, we'll unlock it, and pull the shaft off. So unless you're if you don't have to replace the latch, and you're just rekeying these, come on now, you do not have to take the whole thing off the door. But it is a good idea from the lubrication standpoint. How come it's not? Okay, I did it once. There it goes. Alright, I dropped the cylinder. Let's look at the back of the cylinder. And we're going to investigate why the cylinder is spinning, and it is almost always the interior of this post right here. And it is extremely icky. But before I clean it, let's get a good look at it. As I've mentioned in another Kwikset video, typically the flag is what I call the very tip, the flag, because that is the main thing. I had like maybe a minute and a half left in that video and my phone just died. So switching to this, the biggest other thing that you're going to run into is your spring mechanism. Let me see if I can light this up. I'm not going to talk for a second just to show you. So our spring mechanism here, that wire's a little bent, and it's still pretty firmly fixed. And it seems to be working fine. So what I'm going to do, just out of curiosity, is I'm going to replace this piece. And I'm going to put a new latch in and see what happens. This is out of an original Kwikset. Oh, and that will not work. This is out of a ball knob Kwikset. This is a lever. And I do not have a spare lever that I'm willing to try on that. But presumably, if you had a new lever spindle, which again is not an easily found repair part, it's possible to stick that in there to get everything working again, put a new latch on. But you're talking about $30 in parts when the next thing that fails is always going to be that spring cage. And once it fails, your lever is gone. So anyway, that is just a quick overview of this brand of lock. Again, I know I've seen that symbol, I just can't think of it, so hopefully while I'm editing this video, I will figure that out. Thanks for watching, guys. This is my last crappy lever video, but I'm actually about to talk about some grade 2, some commercial grade levers soon in some videos. That's kind of one of my short-term future plans. So anyway, thanks for watching. Comments, questions, always welcome. Hit me up in the comment section, and be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. I'm going to attempt to do this. I think I need to point over here on my GoPro. But up here, I'm going to put my Kwikset Diaries playlist. No, I'm going to do that at the end. But whatever. I do need to make a new end video. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a great one. Damn, I really need to get to the scrap metal place. Yeah, no. That goes in this might give away soon shit box.